Welcome back, students. BA third semester for your communication skills class. Last time we were planning to discuss the barriers of communication. Basic barriers of physical, psychological, personal, or semantic. As such, four categories we have divided the barriers. Physical means that suppose there is you are studying and some noises are there in the background, you are getting distracted or disturbed, then that becomes a barrier in communication, and you want to talk to somebody and those noises are still disturbing you. So whatever you wish to communicate, you are not able to either hear it or convey it to the other person. These are kind of the physical barriers. Personal will be when you yourself are not keeping well. Suppose you have a headache, you don't feel like talking, you don't feel like listening in the class, the teacher is going on talking, but you are not keeping well, or you are distracted on your own, you have got some problems at home, you have got some worries, you are worried about that, or some messages are coming on your phone as such, and you are getting distracted due to your personal engagements as such, they become personal disturbance. Psychological means when your mind starts wandering. Sometimes you're physically present in the class, but your mind is engaged somewhere else. Then, or some disturbances or some problems are there, that is also affecting you as such. So those are psychological barrier. Semantic is related to the kind of language being used, the words which are being used, which are not able to convey the meaning effectively. Now, suppose I am maybe a very good teacher, but kind of language which I am using or the kind of vocabulary I am using, you are not able to follow and understand my meaning. Then that becomes your semantic barrier. These are the 7 C's of communication, which are very, very important when you want to be a good communicator. One is the completeness. Completeness is whatever you plan to say. Try to frame your sentence in a way that it conveys your complete meaning to the listener. Second is conciseness. The sentences should not be very long as such. The communication, the topic which you have taken, try to break them into smaller parts so that they are concise and to the point, and they are able to be conveyed to the listener. Third is the consideration. You should also consider, keep in mind the level of understanding of the listener. You may be say a 20-year-old and you are trying to talk to a 5-year-old child. Then try to understand the level of that 5-year-old child and speak accordingly. Or you may be coming from an English medium background and the student whom you are teaching are from the Hindi medium background. Then again be very careful about the kind of language or vocabulary you are using, so that you are considering the age or the background of the listener. That is important here. Concreteness. Concrete means something should be very, very solid. Concrete. जो भी बोल रहे हैं, whatever you want to speak, it should always be concrete. It should not be vague. Concrete and vague, these are two things. Vague means something you are not able to describe properly. Concrete is something very solid and can be spoken in a proper way. Clarity, that is clear, something very clear. Whatever you are speaking, your speech should be clear. Whatever concept you are trying to explain should also be clear. So clarity of thought as well as speech will be important here. Courtesy. In your behavior, show some courtesy towards the listener. Do not treat them as somebody below your stature. Do not look down upon the say the disabilities of a person who is your listener, or the understanding level of the person. Show some courtesy towards the person. If the person is of a higher authority than you, show some respect towards that. If the person may be of a lower stature, even then show respect towards that physical disability, or suppose the hearing problem is there, then also you have to be very, very considerate about that. Or maybe the understanding level is also very low, then also show your consideration towards the problems and the stature of the listener. Correctness. Whatever you try to convey, the communication should be correct. Do not give any incorrect information in your communication. That will not be treated as a very good communication skills as such. The main aim of communication. The purpose of communication is to develop your personality and understanding, exchange of ideas and thoughts, sharing of information and knowledge, and establishing relationship, personal as well as professional. Any one who wants to speak to somebody else as such, there's a purpose behind it. That is, you want to convey your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings towards the person. Maybe in your personal space, maybe in your family space, or in your professional or your social space as such. The purpose or the aim or the objective of communication is to convey your thoughts. If you are talking to yourself as such, it becomes soliloquy. Or if you are speaking and the other person is just listening, it becomes a monologue. But when two people are engaged in discussion, it becomes a dialogue. And more than two, it becomes a group discussion. So it may be at different levels you are trying to communicate, but the aim and objective, either even if you want to talk to yourself, then also in the manner you are talking to yourself, whether there are some thoughts which are disturbing you, you are speaking about it to yourself and trying to reach to some conclusion. But at every level you are trying to engage in this aim and objective of either developing your own personality, or trying to understand somebody else, or making yourself being understood by them, or exchanging of your own thoughts and ideas to the other person, or exchange of knowledge and information, or establishing your relationship. No relationship is possible in this world without communication. Whenever the communication gaps comes, relationship is always disturbed, whether with your authorities, that is the professional space, or whether in the family if you are not able to talk to your parents properly, or whether in your personal space with your friends, your relationship will always be disturbed if communication gap is there. So all these master listening, effective body language, cross communication, message active, empathic, that means you have to be considerate for others, non-verbal communication, all these are different skills which have been combined together. So thank you so much for this lecture. I am sure you'll be able to revise well for your exam. Thank you.